This show is part of the HeadStuff podcast network.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Good morning to you both. Now, I just want to bring this up at the top. So, we were in Killian's house yesterday and Killian had his jacket on and I said, I've no jacket with me. And then I said, did I by any chance leave a coat here, a jacket here, a dark green corduroy jacket?
Well.
And he and Anna, both your faces lit up, right? And then you were like, that's it. And they were like, oh, that's it. And then I was like, then it's something else. It just occurred to me when I was sitting there. I was like, did I bring that jacket here the last time I was here? And then I said, were you wearing it? And he was like, yeah, I've been wearing it. They thought that Anna brought it home by mistake from a night out or something.
When I say I've worn it every single day for the last 3
Killian,
weeks.
This morning, when I came here, I put on the bonus podcast and I did a video, which I don't normally do, but I streamed it to my television using it in the future. You're wearing it on the podcast beside me. Last week's podcast, we're wearing it, probably the week before now, whatever, I'm confused. But like, you're sitting here wearing it and I didn't notice.
Brazen.
He wore my clothes in front of me.
Brazen.
This is what, Tony, you said this in the house. Killian has this thing. We slagged Killian over. He's like, t-shirts come. Just
Clothes just find me.
Clothes just come to you.
People
That's
give
what it
Killian
is.
clothes, but some of them you steal. You don't even
I
know.
don't. What do you mean I steal?
When you have a coat like that,
Found it in my house.
Yeah, you didn't find it in your house. You're supposed to post it on your Instagram story and go, I don't leave this coat in my house.
What do you think?
That's what you do.
And then you tried to throw poor Anna under the bus. You were like, oh, I thought Anna just took that home from someone on a night out. And like, that was the theory that was going. And then Anna was like, you didn't say that to me.
Oh, yeah.
You never said that to me.
Well, me and her sister's disgusting.
You've been out there talking shit about your partner
Her
while
sisters have been
thieving.
involved in the coat?
Yeah, she was. We all were there the night after, and maybe me and Aoife were like, "Listen, she's been stealing a few things recently, and maybe she took the coat." I found a coat in my house. I hosted a birthday party for Anna, and so we had a load of people in our house, and afterwards there was this cord jacket, and it was so nice, and I was like, I put it on. I was like, "This is great," and then I was like, okay, let's go through the list of people who were at the birthday party. Who's this? And we went through it, and then there was none of them. And then I concluded, well, this just must be one of those.
Yeah, but you tried to hold on to it. I then
the
said,
universe giving me clothes.
I was like, oh, Gran, I'll take
all
that.
The time.
I said, oh, Gran, I'll take that back. And Killian was like, he said, oh, no. He tried a few excuses.
Loads of excuses.
No, did you notice it?
Like 3.
He was like,
okay.
oh, no, do you know what? I've been wearing it. I'll wash it and give it back to you. Like, how often do you wash a jacket?
Yeah,
For goodness sake.
I'm going to wash your jacket.
I'm going to wash it.
What do you mean?
I washed it, and I was like,
wore it
well,
a lot.
Yeah.
And then using it for his turfing.
Then he's like, oh, it's in the van. I was like, I'll grab that jacket off you. Give it back. We made a little joke about it. And then he's like, oh, it's in the van. You know what? I'll bring it in. I was like, give me my jacket back.
I had your jacket in the back of the van.
After like 3 excuses, Shane was very nicely just being like, so what I'm kind of saying here, Killian, is give me my jacket.
Go get it.
No.
The van's down the road a bit.
Vans down the road
I
a
don't
bit,
understand. You left your jacket. It's on you to kind of go through. Oh, where have I been in the world? I'm not going to message. I have a lot of people coming through. We got to, it's an open door policy.
Bloody
Shane
halfway
Watt.
house.
Okay, this is not up to me to kind of alert. I've got a big Instagram following. Okay, a lot of people follow me. I'm not going to be posting to that saying, "Hey, anyone here got a green cord jacket?"
Do you have a close friends?
I do have a close friend.
Well, you could have put it on that.
And so you're assuming that you're on that, are you?
I don't know.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
I'm re-rolling down my mind. Might be cold and dreary out there, but it's still a party in here thanks to Re-Raw.
That's right. Re-Raw Irish Lager are keeping this podcast fueled with light and fresh crisp lager.
It's that time between Halloween and Christmas where it's a non-themed Re-Raw Irish Lager advertisement.
Re-Raw advertise on this podcast because they sponsor us.
That's it.
What was that? What are you talking about, Killian? What was that line? No, keep this in the ad. What are you talking
it's
about?
non-themed. It's not a Halloween.
This
it's not a Christmas.
is a non-themed
It's
Re-Raw
non-themed. That's the theme. It's non-themed.
I'm going to talk to you after this ad.
Re-Raw Irish Lager. Thanks so much, Re-Raw.
Thank you, Re-Raw.
Guys, enjoy the podcast. One time I did think I wasn't on Tony's close friends and I was upset about it. Because Jordan shared a screen grab of your close friends and I was like, I didn't see that.
Well, I made a mistake previously in one of the things when I was on a Patreon podcast is if you are a patron, you would be in my close friends group. And that was a fucking ball ache to manage.
That's terrible thing to do.
Because Bandwagons did it. But they had their own Instagram. So that was a bit easier. They could just add people onto their own. But then I was like, oh my God, I'm posting fucking pictures of my wife here to
Yeah, I thought about that for
patrons.
this podcast, but it would be a nightmare to manage.
Yeah.
And then then if someone cancelled their subscription, you'd be like, all right, we'll have to take you off and then you'd have to go in and I'm like,
Imagine
Very
that would be so
manual.
weird doing it as well.
Yeah.
I'd feel so scabby going, sorry, now I'm just removing you from club. Like I'd be like, oh, let them in. Let them in. Let them in.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Anyway,
I think
you can sign up. You don't be on a close friend, but you can sign
No.
up to HeadStuff Plus and have an ad-free experience of Young Hot Guys and a different bonus podcast every single week. So if you do it now, you'll have about 100 of them or something.
Incredible.
To go back and listen to, and you'll hear our dynamic being different at the beginning, and you're like, oh my God, they've
Or
changed
just
that
go to
much.
last week where I was wearing this really lovely jacket. And,
Well, you would have worn it
right,
on Main last week as well. To be
wore it
fair,
on Main,
Killian.
baby.
Yeah.
That's so funny that I was wearing it in front of you.
But also, just you found the jacket and you put it on. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. The
Tony, it
first
suited
call
him.
to action is just like you try and find the identity of the
Yeah, we
jacket
did
owner.
that.
But no, the first thing he was like, so I saw this jacket and we were like, oh,
Exhausted.
what? And I put it on and it looked good. I'm like, why is that? That's not. That shouldn't even be a step in any part of it.
I don't know if you guys understand, but like this thing with like t-shirts coming to me, clothes coming to me, which has always been my life. I think it's when you're a hand-me-down, I'm the third, I'm number 3. So there was always just clothes coming to me constantly. And that's just continued into my adult life. And so
But
when
how? I was hand-me-down. I had hand-me-down from cousins as
Yeah.
well and all those things. Like...
well, for example, a few weeks ago,
For what?
For example,
What?
Par exemple, mar exemple.
Thank you.
French before I went Irish. I found this lovely cord jacket in my house, and it was just there, and I didn't know who had took it, and that was who left it there. So things like that happen a lot.
Well, there is something kind of beautifully stoic about it, about you kind of everything is kind of borrowed, and it's just, everything is just like, well, I lost my phone, I suppose I had it for a while and now I've just given it back to where it went and,
and
library's
environmentally,
the
I
library.
do think shared ownership is the future. Like, we shouldn't all have our own
anarchist.
cars. We don't need to have that anymore. We could all share car, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I'm allowed to have my own clothes. I do think.
Well, can I just say, just on the custody of the jacket, I want to bring him to wrestling. I know that's not my day on the Saturday, but I think the jacket would really love going to like the
Would
big
you give
wrestling
it-
thing.
It's just, it got that kind of bulky, it makes you look big as well. The jacket makes you look strong.
And I'm not going to give it loads of sugar and get it all wound up before I drop it back home. All
Okay,
right, I
so
know.
can he have the jacket for Saturday?
Just custody for that Saturday.
Okay, well, you have to come over and pick it up. I'm not driving to you.
Or well, maybe we'll meet halfway then. Because the fucking traffic at that
No,
time,
but that's
Deirdre.
every time, and then you're meeting halfway, and then it's every time you're doing this. You can't be doing this every single week. There's an agreement.
Like, well, can we not fucking upend this jacket's
No,
life?
Not starting this now. Not in front
I
of
don't
the
want to
jacket.
keep going on this.
I know it's very sad and bleak.
Not in front of the jacket.
Anyway, that was
Anyway,
a bit of fun.
Just a bit
in the
of
week.
fun there.
I'm in a pissy humour this morning. So's Killian.
I'm trying to get you out of it because your neck looks so good.
Tony thinks my neck looks good. I never. I actually think that my neck looks bad.
I think it looks great. I love those buttons.
I
Those
hit
buttons go
every
all the way
red
down.
light, and I have the wettest bum in Ireland.
Ah.
Yeah, I sat on the bike. I thought I wiped off all the stuff, but little did I know it's a spongy seat. So that it was completely. So once I sat on it, the seat was quite dry after I sat on it because all of the water was on my ass.
In your butt.
Yes, it was in my. It reminded me of this uncle, or he was Canadian. We called him Cousin Ken, but he was Canadian. But then later found out an Irishman who just moved to Canada and got the accent. And he used to do he'd come and stay.
Was he your cousin?
I don't.
We called him because you said we called him a cousin, but he was Canadian.
But we
was
kind
my
of wasn't
uncle.
You
Canadian.
cannot be cousins with a Canadian.
So, the
Well,
cousin
we
thing-
called him cousin, but he was Canadian.
But he was actually Irish.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
So whether he was cousin or not, hard to tell because he was Canadian, but
Quite
also
a
Irish.
mysterious character. We would go on walks on Sunday. We'd go on walks in Wicklow.
And a wet bum is coming up here.
Well, yeah, somehow. But he would sit in the car and just read the car manual. So he's that kind of guy. One of those people. You
okay.
go, maybe he had some sort of
Now
neurodivergent thing.
Yes.
But he was great, and he used to drive my granny up the wall, and he'd come and stay for ages. And
Was that written in the manual that
I
he could
was
do
gonna
that?
say, yeah. And your granny would love it.
He obviously wasn't reading that manual very well.
Women that generation loved just being up the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's driven up the wall, and I remember we were sitting in the sitting room one time, and Ken was sitting there, and my dad was there with me, and then we heard my granny in the other room, and she was like, "Who's after walking in and putting dog shit all over their carpets?"
Oh my God.
And then my dad, and she was like proper angry, and then my dad went, "Oh, Ken, I think maybe you had some dog's dirt on your shoes," and then Ken went, "Huh, not anymore."
Oh, nice, Ken.
And that's how I felt about the water. And he always had that kind of
Did he?
themes whenever he said something
A bit
funny.
of a Grange Hill kind of
he'd
theme
go,
he would just play.
and he'd look at a camera that wasn't there. But that's how I felt about the mopping it up with my ass. I was like, not anymore.
I'm stuck. Who cleaned up the shit then?
I think my granny had to do that.
Tony, if your children step in shit, do you have to clean it?
Their own shit?
Like,
Someone else's house.
If it's their own shit, I would. If
That
it's
wasn't even
piss, they have
something
to-
we were thinking
They
about.
have to clean
do
up
they
their own
walk?
piss.
Children walk in dog shit, no? Is that more of a thing? I don't know. Maybe it's less.
I
of a thing.
would hide the idea. I would just, for the sake of just time, I would
shoe
just.
in the wheelie
I
bin?
would just. I mean, ideally, I would, but shoes are they're more expensive than grown-up shoes. So I probably would hide the fact that they've walked in shit and ask them to take their shoes off, and not bring attention to it because they would want to see the shit, and then they would probably want to poke the shit out with a stick and think that they were helping and get shit all over their hands.
Right.
And then if I've learned anything from some of those ants you see in the park, they could blind themselves.
Yes.
Or the poo emojis in their eyes.
Yes,
And
their
their
eyes
eyes
will turn to
become
poo
turds.
emojis.
Class
Yes.
suicide and everything, so that you would prohibit them from seeing. So I would kind of hide the fact that they've walked in shit and just clean it myself. Their own piss.
And is that your job as opposed to Terry's job?
Yes,
Yeah.
that would. My wincing is just gone, is disappeared.
You don't wince anymore.
I used to wince when I shared a flat with people in my 20s. Like if there was a baked bean in the sink and I had to pick it up with my fingers, I'd get sick. I'd be disgusted by that. A single washed, pale ET lying down by the
Clean
canal,
bean.
baked bean. And I would, if I had to pick it up, now I'm just fucking like
Now that
scooping
you're a Japanese
shit with my
game
hand.
show.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like you would be really good on one of those Japanese game shows, even though that is your life now.
I mean, when
obviously.
it was positioned to us that we might have to put our hands in some creepy crawly bits for the Late Late Show, which is something that you both turned down, I was well in because
Tell them that. So they offered, because it was Halloween, we were on the Late Late Show, they said, we want to play a game where you, like, I'm a celebrity and you put your hand into a box of creepy crawlies. And Tony was like up for it. And I was just like, absolutely not. Like, under no circumstances.
yeah, I was going to put them in my mouth.
What did you say, Killian?
I think I probably would have done it, yeah. Sounds fun.
I wouldn't. I absolutely not. Wouldn't have gone near it.
If you would have, Killian, I believe you said, like, why are we just putting our hands in? Can we put anything else in?
Yeah.
And they were like, what do you mean? And you were like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, no. And you're like, and then you had a big argument about the watershed and how it was after hours.
And then I
good.
sent him that image, and then I got I got called by HR from RT, and I was like, I don't even work for you guys. Like, why are you calling me?
Because you were like, how big is the hole?
yeah.
Is it big enough for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Patty. I want to fuck a bug. I want to fuck a bug. Is that so much to fucking ask?
What is this about
The
shagging
first time
boxes of
on
bugs?
RTE history a man fucks a bug.
Well,
I'll do it to a lady boy. To make it okay. To make it technically okay.
no, what is this about shagging a box of bugs? Like, well, I could tell you, Paddy, but I think it'd be easier to show you. Yeah, what is this? You brought a big box of fucking bugs you're going to fuck? What is this about this?
What is this about
What's all this about this? You fucking a bug.
What is this about this?
Yeah. What is this about? Yeah.
Tony's like, give me the Eurovision. What is this about this?
What is this about this? Yeah. So, can I ask, because you were saying about driving was it your aunt up the wall?
No,
Granny.
his cousin Ken, who was Canadian.
Yes, who was
Not really
Canadian.
his cousin.
Later found out he was Irish.
Just took up the accent.
And he was my uncle.
I don't like Ken. Sorry, I don't like that dog shit comment.
Oh, but he was funny. He was funny. He was a very funny man.
But with the sorry,
Who was he to your grandmother?
I think he was my granddad's cousin.
Oh, I hate that. That's too confusing.
Yeah, I think.
we got to just on Ken, I got a load of books out because we have autism, kids with autism in the family, and we're trying to like educate the kids about how, to chat to them and how to share with toys and stuff and just expectations with their playing. There's some autistic kids in the kids' classes, and so Terry was trying to say to Sonny, was like, that boy, like, because he was like, oh, he's kind of annoying me or whatever, and she was like, oh, but isn't he autistic? And he said, no, he's just Spanish. Which made me laugh so hard. But and I also don't think those are traits, but just he was like, no, he's not. He's just Spanish. It's just So that made me chuckle. Anyway, driving your granny up the wall. Mm-hmm. What I find interesting is up the wall, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's kind of degrees because there's kind of up to me tits, up to me eyes. And up the wall. And weirdly, I think up to me tits is the most wound up, even though it's the lowest in height.
On my tits.
I'm up to me
is there
fucking
anything
tits
there?
now.
Up to your tits.
You can be up to your balls if you're busy. Up to my balls and fucking. You can be, but that's not really related.
Up to me eyes.
Up to my eyes.
It's
Up to
quite
my
severe.
eyes. That's quite busy. Yeah.
Well, I
quite
think
severe.
driving someone up the wall is a regular occurrence. It's a daily kind of thing that happens
And you're
all the time.
back up the wall
And
again.
you're
And what are you
back-
going to do up here?
Drives me.
Yeah.
It's in the, the...
He's driven
it's
me up the wall now.
Yeah, it's in the present
And
simple.
I'm up the wall.
Yeah, whereas I am up to my tits. It's in the present tense. It's like I have max capacity. This is something that I cannot any more than that, and it's reached my neck.
This is tits.
Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
tits. I feel tits is like a highly strong emotional moment. You know,
Yeah.
Text in, let us know. Are you up to your tits?
Your
and let us
eyes
know.
up
Well, it
the
depends.
wall.
And of course, as you get older, tits get lower. So maybe your patience also.
maybe you're chill.
Anything-
Maybe you're
anything
chilled
there?
out.
No, there's definitely something there. Being driven to distraction. Not very severe. Jeez, you drive me to distraction.
Is that something?
I've heard that.
I thought that was like the lyric in like a song of like you're in love with someone.
I think you're thinking of sweet disposition.
Okay, I don't even know that one.
Sweet.
No, that's a good song. I like
Drives
that.
me to distraction.
Drive me to drink, the teachers used to say to us. I think we were just kind of seeing maybe a bit of the mask slipping, and maybe they were trying to rationalize their alcoholism.
They drink.
Yeah,
Like Miss Hoover.
unfortunately. Well, they're up to their tits.
Tonight, when the day this podcast comes out, we're going to find out if we are the winner of Best Entertainment at the All Ireland Podcast Awards.
Yes.
Did you? It's great excitement in the studio, as you can see.
Yeah.
No, it's terrific news.
Yay!
Shane, of course, a double nominee.
That's
Double
right.
nominee.
That's right.
Queer
Double
activist
nominee.
Shane Daniel Byrne.
Queer activist and comedian.
Can
an
I say-
entertainment podcaster.
This, yes, yes. I mean, show me someone else in those categories who spans entertainment and what is it, radio drama and documentary, who are mixed
Very
together,
few.
which are very different things.
Very
can
few,
I
I'd
say?
say.
Yeah.
Radio drama, documentary, very different things.
Completely
Oh wait,
different
they're
thing.
in the same category.
Same category.
Wow.
That's stupid, isn't it? Anyway, and also audio drama. There's only one people produce that drama on RTE. So bit weird.
So a bit weird. Fraud, who would you say?
No, maybe there are audio dramas that go on that.
I love the radio dramas. You drive home on Sunday evening, they play them on RT1, and I love it because you can just hear like kind of music of someone like doing the cutlery, or something
Foley.
like that, and it's Foley kind of noise, and it's just someone going like, Shay, come in here for a second,
Yeah.
and he's like, What's going on in there? I think there's something wrong downstairs. There's a noise coming. Oh, what? And it's then some eerie music, and I'm like, man, I am hooked. I
Cousin
love this
Ken's
shit.
clinking the glasses again.
And they do like eating acting.
Yeah.
So like, listen, there's one thing you need to get straight here in this house. We do not stand for any young Protestants coming across their border here. That's the kind of thing. Yeah.
Sounds like you've a real shoe and then to beat that because that sounds shit.
Yeah,
impression
for my
of it.
documentary. But anyway, I'm going down. I'm going to go. Yous aren't going.
No.
So I hope I win Young Hot Guys so I can make a speech on your
you
behalf.
win? I hope I win. We win.
See what I said? I hope I win Young Hot Guys. If I win one of my awards, I hope it's Young Hot Guys. That makes sense.
Oh,
That's actually not even true. I hope
my
you're the one wins.
heart
Yeah,
swells.
no, it's definitely true.
Yeah, because then I'll get to make. I hope I win twice.
I hope you do a James Cameron.
be honest.
I'm the king of the world. With
The
your-
likelihood
with your
is
two.
I'll win nothing. And I'm staying in the hotel around the corner, right? 2 minutes,
All the same.
3-minute drive, it says. No hassle to the venue. I said, Grant, I'll walk it. 49-minute walk.
That's the
That's
countryside,
the
baby.
countryside.
What the hell?
Out of
That's
your
how it
mind.
works.
Out of your mind out there.
Yeah.
Because everyone's driving 80 fucking kilometers an hour. Wild.
But that's so different. Why do they even suggest the hotel if it's so far away?
And
I
there's
know.
no way if you get in a taxi, you'll have to probably
You
seduce
can't
a
get a
barman.
taxi for
You'll have
3
to seduce
minutes.
a barman to get him to drive you. You'll have
I
to
was looking at it, and
knock
actually
forward
there's
1 point.
fields. I was looking at the map, and I was like,
You
if you
could
walk
cut across.
straight across,
Yeah.
but then I'd be in that'd be some kind of comedy situation by itself, or
That's
perhaps
gonna be-
I could make an audio drama about that. Like, what an idiot! It's like you're getting wet and
The
you're
noises Shane walking
yeah,
across
squelching.
Walking across the field.
I cannot wait till you're
Then I
unearthed.
saw a little man. He was just a little foot shorter than a regular man, and his eyes were glowing.
Eyes were glowing
Come
yellow.
to me, he said. I can show you a wonderful party that'll last 1,000 years.
Shag a Púca, guys. I'm after shagging a Púca. No, you'll be unearthed in 1,000 years as
Well,
Bob
I certainly
would.
have slept with a fairy or two in my time.
Wait, have you?
You can listen this Sunday to Shag a Púca with Shane Daniel Byrne.
No,
Why
that's
don't
very
we pitch?
exciting.
Why don't we make a radio play?
I'd love that.
And then we get nominated next year for audio drama.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, let's pitch to them.
Okay.
Okay, well, I've been toying around with the idea of a kind of American high school kind of like drama, kind of a bit like Euphoria, but it's called The Frigid. And it's kind of like a guy who's trying to get the whole, but everyone's American. And there's, he really wants to get the meat before prom.
Okay.
And then there's maybe like some GAA kind of jock.
Are you
maybe.
serious? You still haven't shifted anybody?
Dude.
I think I'm just waiting for the right girl.
You got to do it like me. Go out to Wexford where last summer when no one was around or anything like that, but I definitely kissed this girl and she was just so beautiful, man. It's so shame that she disappeared off the planet and no trace of her forever because her parents don't let her use any Bebo or anything.
Yo, man, you're so lucky. And didn't you kiss a girl at Clara Laura?
It wasn't Clara Laura, man. It was Galosh the Asagon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the Gaeltacht.
Oh, wow.
It was so awesome. We played Beat the Slut. Or Beat the Slot Machine.
Yeah.
Whatever it was called.
That was it. Marhampla.
Marhampla.
Oh, wow. I wish I'd gone there and scored a girl and learned Wagon Wheel Askelga on the acoustic guitar.
What you got to do is when you're doing the rock the boat dance, you pick the prettiest girl at the party and you sit directly in front of her.
You had to think about that.
Yeah.
How's your internal compass going, bro?
I just feel like if you sit behind her, there's something a little bit not okay. There's a power dynamic there. So if you sit in front of her, she feels comfortable enough. And then she's going to kiss you on your neck.
Man, that sounds amazing because I have scored the back head of girls, but not the front.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Dude, you got to get round the front.
Next time they're doing rock the boat and she's sitting that way, you sit like AC Slater and sit on her like that. That's how you get the front way. That's how I got my first one.
Try and top her, bro. Top her. Try and top some of those chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I'm such a dirty frigid.
Yeah.
I've been watching some really interesting videos on YouTube about men and their rights.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just I know something about being a frigid. It's just kind of
it's
brought this algorithm into my life.
It's brought you in that direction?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm hoping I get the meat so I don't go that way.
Well, maybe when you go and study arts in University of College of Dublin, you'll maybe in Belfield, you'll maybe meet the right girl there.
Oh, man, I love meeting a girl Belfield.
Then again, all women are whores. Fuck those girls.
Oh,
they won't come near me, so fuck them.
Oh, no, guys, I don't know about that. Are you on the YouTube as well?
What, are you one of these beta cook feminists?
Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, well.
He's making some pretty good points, Taylor.
I guess you are making a pretty good point. In fact, I did see this video with, I had a guy talking sensibly and then this crazy woman with dyed pink hair and glasses on. And I don't know, something about the guy, I think his name was Dr. Peterson, and he's a doctor, so I trust everything that he says.
Oh, man. Why don't we just give up this whole girl thing? Why don't we,
kiss each other?
I mean,
if you want
Whoa, hold on a minute.
I guess.
Things have changed, and kind of like guys are still included in whether you're a frigid or not.
Wow.
So guess what kind of kiss each other and we're no longer a frigid or not.
I guess that makes sense.
Do-do-do, you say. Do-do-do-do, I only hear what I want to.
And that was the American High
kissing.
School Frigid, written by Tony Cantwell, Killian Sundermann, and Shane Byrne. We won't be programming them again.
And doom, 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 doom.
The critical review will be like, an obvious leap attempt at trying to get nominated for the podcast award falls flat on its face.
That screams at Ed Power if I've ever heard it.
Actually, we could next year just submit that as a clip for the audio drama.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be into it.
I think we might need to. Maybe we should just record some Foley just so they have it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can just overdub that.
The entire thing seems to be based at a tea party.
Clinking glasses, clinking crockery. The whole play. So this play is an audio drama from Dublin-based trio. Appears to be entirely set around a clinking set of crockery.
I mean, the only thing wasn't clinking with the audience when they were listening to it. Not clinking at all. The actors seem to be portraying them as American accented people, but they live in Ireland. No explanation at all.
The piece was wholly misguided and directionless. The audience were left rudderless trying to listen to this so-called audio drama. It starts with innocent young people wanting to shift each other and moves quickly into a very wedged-in attempt to address the masculinity crisis.
I feel like this is kind of like Rory Sutherland. What the young hot guys did, which was really clever, is they basically took a clip, something they'd already done, and they turned that into a radio play. And then what they did is clink a couple of glasses, and then they submitted that for a radio drama. Now it was genius, because then they had 2 words, entertainment and radio drama.
They presented then a review of the radio play, which, of course, then enabled them to take control of the mechanisms which are the critical review of theatre on the radio.
And then they took the audio of me talking, and then they put it in a TikTok with videos of people cutting kinetic sand and marbles and stuff like that, falling into glasses and that kind of thing. It blew up, and then not only were they radio, they were also TikTok, and then obviously they won a Webby Award.
So the man, it turns out, he was smuggling wheelbarrows. Wheelbarrows. That's what he was. Everyone was like, what are you smuggling? He's smuggling wheelbarrows.
Everyone should have 2 wheelbarrows. One that's empty and one that's full. And when the one is full, you just put the one that's up into the empty. Everyone should have 9 wheelbarrows. That's a smart thing.
He does just be saying things that are like he's not nothing new to the man. Like
but he's expert.
He's an expert. He's saying things that everyone knows, but in a confident way.
What's his name?
Rory Sutherland, I believe.
If you don't know him, look him up because he says things and it's very very compelling though, because you seem like, oh wow, that's fascinating, and then you go, wait, I already know that. Yeah.
What they did is McDonald's made a small, a medium, and a large. And then obviously most people are not going to go for the medium. They might go for a small or a large. But then what they did is only 20 cents more, you can get a large. Everyone went for the large. And it's just basic economics. And they put a few more in the bag. You're going to go back there again. Coca-Cola made it red. Because red stands out. Genius.
I was talking economics all weekend at the Kilconomics Festival.
Oh,
wonderful.
I did 4 shows
festival.
in the one day. It's very tiring.
So,
and
what David McLean did, usually it's 1 show in a day. Well, he did 4 shows in 1 day. That's 4 times as many shows in 1 day.
So the money you would have made from 1 show, you actually made 4 times as much for doing 4 shows. So there's a 1, and then the X means multiply, and then 4 is obviously the number of shows.
It's not looking good.
The
future.
Okay. Economics-wise.
Well, economics actually gets the control of the whole world, right? So you know the way you might think, like the way they talk. These people, you talk with economists and like journalists or whatever, or people who work in banking and all this kind of thing. Basically, the festival could have been cancelled, and they just could have said China has it, everyone else doesn't, and it's too late. Right, so basically,
that's the kind of thing.
China has the rare earth materials and the
the
processing of the rare earth materials. China makes the microchips. Like it's just they just are going to win everything. They're already winning everything. That's why Trump let China off the other day.
But China's going to have a cultural revolution, and they're going to eventually overthrow.
No, they'll just kill them.
Not that. So I don't know how. So you probably know how many bicycles there are in China, right? Or in Beijing.
I just know Beijing.
Yeah.
How many would be in Beijing?
I think about 9.
It's a good
9 million, I'd say. 10 million?
9 million bicycles.
9 or 10
in
million.
Beijing.
Yeah.
That's a guess.
Yeah. So like most of them would have bicycles. So there'll be at least 10 million people in Beijing. And that's only one city. So I actually think there's loads in China. I can only scale it based on bicycles.
I don't know the exact number of bicycles in Beijing, but I do know that I will love you till I die. Isn't that the lyric in that song?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Love you till I die.
Okay, Himeliwa.
No, maybe that's not
I
it.
thought I was good at ordering Chinese, and then I met Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping, yeah.
Whatever.
You still trying that one?
Just thought we're on topic about it. Would have been a better way to slip it in. Anyway, I think that they're going to have a cultural revolution, and you won't have to worry about that. But also, they don't have the population of workers.
See, you're thinking of human things like the culture. That's irrelevant.
Shane's economist now.
No, see, that's what you know. That we might talk. People talk about the ethics of AI. These people are just like, no, AI isn't. That's it. It's here. That's it. There's no. You can't regulate it. And they're just kind of like, as Kevin McGahern said on the way home the other day. He was like, they're like, why would you take something that we don't understand and put rules on it? And Kevin was like, or try and control it. And Kevin was like, is that not what you do for anything? Try and control something we don't understand. And they're just like, no, there's no discussion for ethics. All the things that we're all caught up with, you know, like gender and all that stuff, irrelevant. These people are just making money, and they also the climate over. It's too late. It's over, and they're just like, I'm going to die. I don't care, and they're going to make money till the world goes on fire.
But they're also trying to live forever.
That is what it is. So a few of them are trying to live forever, but they don't. The ones who are there, they don't care. It's really sad.
On the AI thing, right? I would say that previously people had like signet rings so that they could put a stamp on their family crest so that you knew a letter was from them, because there was just a presumable forgery that anyone could write absolutely anything unless they had the family crest. So there was already a time where everything was fake. And then you would only know if I had a symbol on it. So I think what's going to happen is it's just going to be, oh, here's the proof that this came from a human. And that's going to be the only difference. And it'll just be, if you want to go into the AI slop, it could be anything. But it'll have to be, it'll be some sort of peer-to-peer network that only humans can communicate through. And then the internet will just be gobbled up by the AI slop. And then if you want to have a look at it, you can. But then if you want to go on the actual peer-to-peer thing where actual humans are speaking to each other, that will have to be kind of completely validated. Maybe it'll be genetic. Maybe you'll have to give over your DNA. I don't know. But it'll have to be a way, because there's already more AI slop than there is physically.
I think you're naive.
I am.
I think it's really
for sure.
Things are going to get really bad, and the EU is going to collapse.
Well, I'll see it on that day.
Which panel was this, and how
all
did you make that comedy?
All the same.
Were you able to go like this? Well, that sounds great. Do you able to do that a few times?
I got a few gags. So one time they said something, and he said a big long thing, and I went, "Cool." And they laughed at that, and then I read the AI questions they gave me, and I said, "You have scaled up," and I said, "I don't even know what scaled means." And then he said, "Grew." So I was like, "Okay, you grew a company, whatever." They're just vicious. I think it's just a vicious and voracious. These not these individuals, but just how they talk about it. They're just like, even the analysts of economics or whatever, they're like, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're not CEOs, whatever, who I was talking to, but they're like, yeah, everything's miserable. Anyway, maybe that's not fun for one of the best entertainment podcasts in the country.
I'd say that, why don't we just cross that bridge when we come to it, Because this isn't catastrophizing what you're doing at all. This is real life facts.
I think it is, These
are real life facts.
That's what I came away with from, I did the 4 panels, I think I came away with that, like, okay, misery,
yeah.
misery.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look.
I did one that was very confusing that I did a bad job of moderating. It was called The Economics of Design. And the one guy wanted to just fight the designers, and he decided he was going to fight them for no real reason. And then they were ready for a fight for no real reason. And then they both just started saying long sentences, and they weren't connected to what the other one was saying. And I was like, this isn't a conversation. And I'm looking back now, the designers kept wanting to go, look, design is incredible. Design is a process. And you're kind of like, okay, well, what about the economics of design? Like, do you save money? Is it too hard to do your design? Anyway. And then your man would say, I don't think so. He was kind of a musky kind of type of guy. And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, I should have said, what are you talking about? I should have been more like that. Because I just kind of let it just burn like an oil fire. I was like, what are you talking about?
You should have done an impression. Sorry,
if anyone was listening who was at that economics of design, I did a bad job at that one. So sorry about that.
You should have just literally done an impression of Claire Byrne, and you would have just like, zoom, eyes rolled to the back of the head.
Claire Byrne be very well researched. Yeah. I wasn't. That's the point.
That's true.
Well, I know at my house they love design.
In my house they love design.
The boys would be looking
Then we
design.
did a show that we didn't know what it was, and it turned out it was just us doing stand-up. So that was good. Yeah, that was okay.
That's a nice surprise.
And then, Barry Murphy, he was supposed to host it, and he came in 2 minutes before the show was to start, and he said, I know I'm down to host this, but I was thinking, I don't host it, and you host it. And then I gave in and I hosted it.
Oh.
Yeah, which I don't really do. But I did. I was the MC. I don't really do that.
Well, you're very good at it. You're very well skilled.
I'm okay at it. See, what happened was then Fiona Frawley went next, and she's a great comedian. And she went the day after the day two of her own wedding.
Yeah.
Incredible.
She was doing stand-up and panels, and she's 23 weeks pregnant.
Yeah. Dwayne had her paneling. Yeah.
Wow. Panel beating.
Yes.
The car.
Yeah.
She's a panel beater. Very lucrative. My dad told me that.
Yeah.
My dad told me that it's very lucrative when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Very lucrative.
Panel beating is the best name for a job, isn't it?
I like when they, instead of doing panel beating, they do where they pour the kettle on the dents in their car, and then they fix it with like a dildo and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's good. That's strong. That's
for some reason, always in the Eastern European video when I see it. For some reason.
They love.
I don't know why.
Dildos.
All the videos I've seen of dents being fixed with hot water and a dildo, it's been in Poland. And that's I don't know if that's my algorithm or if that's a very popular thing to do there.
Are they the same guys who hunker down beside their car?
Yes, they squat. Yeah.
Is
I
that what
wish
they're
I could
called?
do that.
They do the kettle thing.
There's, I think, a Slav squat, but I don't know if that's an okay
maybe
thing
that's
to say.
I don't think that's a good-
I don't know.
Doesn't feel like a good term.
It doesn't feel like correct. So correct me on that. But that's what I have heard.
I think it's one of those things, like, obviously we all weird breakfasts over, the world, so it's kind of like we have had our coffee and then we give the car their coffee, and that's when they're kind of pouring the kettle on the car in the morning. So everyone's doing it, and I was like, here's your little drink, they say, to the car. in whatever language that might be. No, I remember one time having using my Michael Jackson's Greatest Hits CD.
Was it history?
It was number ones.
Right.
And using it to scrape some of the ice off my car.
Yes.
You know, that was happening. And I was scraping it, and I had to park because I used to live over a shop. So I was like kind of over, you know, in what looked like a public car park, but I was there scraping it in front of everyone trying to buy their breakfast and stuff. And then this lad in a Range Rover just stopped right beside me, and he just goes, "Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Just sit in the car, turn on the heat, and just let it. Just don't rush it. Don't rush it. You don't want to be scraping it like that." And I didn't say anything, but screaming in my head was "fuck off, die cunt."
You've told me this story in real life. You've told it on the pod, and this is my third time, and I still am furious about
It's
it.
So
utterly
annoying.
infuriating.
Can I tell you a good thing? I
Please.
saw, because I, in general, and no disrespect to people with big cars, but massively think everyone who has a big car, especially if you live in an urban area, can go fuck themselves. And so, like, there's more deaths on roads because cars have gotten bigger. And there's no reason, like, unless you've got extra seats in there and you've got a big family, but like people don't be having big families anymore. And so there was this.
The way it used to be was you'd have a small car, you'd put a grandmother in it, and you'd drive her up the wall.
Yeah,
that's how it was.
That's how it was.
If the manual
You might
said,
be Canadian.
You read the manual.
Be
You
might be a
Irish,
cousin,
uncle.
whatever.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And sorry, I was thinking of something Uncle Cousin Ken said. When I said, "What did you guys do when you were younger?" He said, "Me and your granddad, we used to go around. We used to we'd shoot birds." And I was like, "That's okay. That's great. That's all I needed to know about my granddad's childhood."
Who left these dead birds on the carpet? Okay, and I believe you might have put a few dead birds on your feet and walked them into the house.
Not anymore.
No, there was a guy.
Not anymore.
I like that. Who's after putting dog shit? Not anymore. So Dundrum chaos and going to the cinema, trying to find parking. This big fucking Range Rover is just like, you know, when you're trying to park and you're trying to move back in, and the person decides to go straight up behind you, so you can't actually reverse into the spot. Did that to me twice, and I was like indicating and everything. And then we go into the car park, but we can't, go right around because there's no spaces. And then this guy, some dad, just like big, guy looking like such an asshole. And then anyway, we're looking across the street. We managed to find parking. We see him exiting, and he's just like that. And then he turns and fully like impales his car on one of those poles, like an electricity pole, like fully, like just the entirety of the, the way the Titanic hit the iceberg and they tried to avoid it, so they scraped the side, thus making it like sink in 3 minutes or whatever. He did that to his car, and it was just like, I was like, this is so good. And I was like, maybe if you had a smaller car, that might not have happened, but it made me feel really good about myself. Yeah, I like to think it was the same guy.
I it's the same kind of vertical anyway. I mean, he would have done the same thing. I tell you, those fucking xenon bulbs that every fucking car has, and they're up here, like these fucking Range Rovers. Can you not put the fucking lights down here? I find it difficult driving in the dark anyway. Okay, I think there's something with my eyes. I find it difficult seeing. All right, in the dark. Okay, I didn't even know fucking cars.
Dancing in the dark.
Great.
He's good at it.
Is great.
Really
amazing at it, and you can't start a fire without a spark.
No.
But, so I feel like the new policy is if you're blinding me with them xenon bulbs, all right, we're playing Mario Kart then. We're playing Mario Kart. I'm going to fuck shells at your car. Or I'm going to, get a squid and squirt, oil and ink all over your windshield. All right? If that's what we're doing.
Banana peels.
If we're playing some sort of game
Yeah.
where you're going to impede my vision here, well, then I'm going to get a boo ghost to go over there and steal whatever fucking little treat you have in the car. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, or a blue shell if I could ever find one.
God, they're harder to get. And much harder to get.
What colour were the shells of all the turtles that were released for the promotion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the canal?
I mean, I'd have to find out. I'd have to talk to
That
my
was
guys.
a lie, Killian told.
That wasn't a lie. That's what the guy told me. I was relaying information.
That was a lie the guy told you that you told us and wasted everyone's time.
No, I
Do you remember we went to the Púca Festival the other day, Tony? We did
Yes,
our
I
show
do.
in the Púca Festival,
I
and
do.
when there was a very narrow car park thing, there's only 2 spaces or whatever you were allowed to park in, and the town was.
It was
town
crazy.
hectic and crazy. Anyway,
Something
as I was trying to pull in, we drove up a one-way
Spooky,
street.
but-
If we didn't drive a one-way street, it wouldn't have been able to help us. And then, did we talk about this in the podcast?
We have not yet
Oh yeah.
talked
So
about
then I said, "What's the name of the place?" Swift Cultural Centre. And then we got somewhere. I parked some side of the road. Tried to get my phone. The map wouldn't work at all. And then Tony's on the phone to the people in the venue. And then I said to this man at the window. He said, "Wait." He said, "You'd be grand there. Just leave it there." And I said, "Well, we're looking for somewhere." And he's like, "Where are you looking for?" I said, "Swift Cultural Centre." And he went, "Well, it's not here." I was like, okay, that's.
I
know that as well, right?
I love that.
I know that as well. And then he
we
was
both
like,
have the same amount of information now.
and then he goes, I was like, I don't know what to call. He's like, they're not calling the library the Swift Culture Centre now, are they? I was like,
Oh,
I don't know.
Don't know.
I am a visitor here. I do not know. Then we eventually found out Tony's on the phone to the person in the back. You said the phone to the man, and then he said, I don't know. I don't work here.
He said, I'm from Dublin. And I was like, okay, cool. But where do we go? And he goes, where are you coming from? Dublin. Oh, okay. And I'm like, the roads are closed. Can you just figure out?
The roads are closed for a parade.
For a parade. So how do we get in here? Wouldn't be able to tell you.
so sorry,
But he wouldn't just
for you
give it
guys.
to the person who
When
knew.
young guys come to town, they tend to put on a parade. So that was
Yes.
happening.
No, we
do.
couldn't attend the parade, obviously, but like people do celebrate. The people of Trim, County Meath were celebrating.
And then also, when you parked in the one parking spot that we could, and your man was looking at us and didn't move any of the wheel
Before
bins.
that, busybody woman came over.
in a Range Rover.
And she had her arms, came over, and she went, I'm there trying to, it was very difficult parallel parking situation.
was a tough
It was
situation.
like particularly difficult because there wasn't much space, right, to get her. She busybody, because I'm doing that, I'm sweating. I've Tony and Jordan in the back causing, they're killing each other in the back there.
Yeah.
I've kids in the car. You know what I mean?
What do we like?
And she comes over, she's like, this is only for staff only. It was like, I'm fucking working here, you bitch! I could have streeled her, as they say in certain parts of Dublin. I was like, I know that. I'm after being told to park here by email.
And while you were getting
This is for staff only.
What did
Obviously, you moron.
What did she say when you said that you were allowed to park
I just
there?
barked at her a little bit, kind of, and she just went off. She wasn't even.
Yeah,
she
you
wasn't
have
even
to.
bothered. She was leaving. She was walking off somewhere else. She left the premises.
Yeah.
She left the premises.
And then while you were trying to parallel park and I was trying to move the bins to make space, even though the guy who told us to park there wasn't moving the bins and I was just moving them to, then your man who said, you know, why are you calling the library the Swift Culture? Shouting at me, why are you calling the library the Swift Cultural Centre? And I'm like, I don't know, man. And then I'm like trying to back you in, do the arms. And he was all like, this is a library.
Because
and I'm like, I don't.
Because the man followed the car. He said, I'll walk you down for some reason. If that makes sense. He walked in the road in front. Like the men of this country,
then he
there's
was in
that
the way.
generation of men
And then he was in the way.
in the way. They are. There's something
Men
wrong with
never
them.
have anything to do.
Have you
They
not-
no
he was-
hobbies?
he was delighted
So when
to be-
something
yeah.
happens, they're like, "This is what I'm doing for the rest of my Saturday night."
Like we're three grown men in our like late 30s at this point, and he just sees us as a group of lads.
He's down.
And he's now enjoying the young lads being in the car and him helping, even
It's
though
the
he was
fellas
in
from
the way.
parade.
He's down by the canal with his polarized sunglasses on, looking for a fuck to give. And then he found one. Luckily, thank God, he found a fucking massive one. He found a pike of a fuck to give about the fact that the library has a different name today for some reason.
Yeah.
And when we tried to park, 3 men who worked in the Swift Culture Centre, 3 men watched. How am I supposed to do it if you're going to watch?
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you know what I mean? It's very like sex. Don't look at me.
But also, it's very like sex, you know, don't knock it till you tried it. When was the last time you stood at your doorway and just watched someone kind of reverse out while they were leaving
I
your
wouldn't.
house or something?
I wouldn't.
know, but
I'd
maybe it's
pretend.
amazing. Maybe it's like coming up.
If somebody was to sneeze and, God forbid, a big snot rock comes out of their nose and they're a snotty mess, right? You turn away. You turn away. You pretend you're not really.
It's
That's
trying
not
to
really
parallel
happening.
park. It's
Someone
like
trying to
they're
parallel park.
semi-naked.
Don't look at the.
Yeah.
If you, I don't know, semi-naked. I'm trying to think.
Something like you got to go.
If you're semi-naked, I'm going to
sorry."
look at your entire butt. So.
I have to
Well,
see it.
yeah, but that's not.
But the men at that age,
What happens if I'm semi-naked but I've sneezed?
Then I will look. At the
Glances.
snot. I
Glances.
think I have to look at the snot. The snot's the easier one to look at.
Is there any way of turning, you know, like for your windshield and like you're trying to clear it and you spray it with a bit of water? Is there any way of like focusing that out so that people are watching you parallel park and you just go,
Yeah, like a water gun.
Yeah.
That's a real 1964 James Bond kind of.
yeah.
New one for you, James. New one for you, James.
And Bond, I know you hate parallel parking where people are watching. So all you need to do is turn this around. Oh, thank you very much.
The windscreen wipers, they turn right around and move. Like.
Well, you know, there could be a cracking bird in a car. I wouldn't want her to see me freaking
Anyway,
out.
we had a nice time, but it was a terror. It was a terror getting into that place.
It
and if
was.
you hadn't driven up the one-way street, we wouldn't have been able to do
away.
it.
I parked 10 minutes away because you guys had gone in advance, and I like ran across town, freaking and sweating, just trying to, because I was like, "There's no way I'm getting here. There's no way."
Well, you also weren't feeling very well as well, but we won't go into that.
Okay.
Maybe that might have also been why you were freaking out and sweating. But
Anyway, that's it. I cancelled half my tour because I'm not going if it's a bit awkward to get to.
Yeah.
That's what I decided. So sorry about that, everyone.
There you are. Move.
I mean, the tour dates are up there on the Instagram. You know, my full tour is there beside a picture of my arse. And like a lot of them, I'm not going because it's just a bit hassly.
Yeah. Sorry.
At this stage, it's a hassle.
You won't know until the day before if he's going to be there or not, but still buy the tickets.
Yeah.
I'll buy the ticket and see how you get on.
It's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah, but the man
Or
from
winning
Trim,
streak. Send him in.
if I don't do the show in your local town, city or village, the man from Trim who helped us get to he will be doing a one-man show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it will be him recounting the story because you know that man, he's in his 60s, 70s. You know that man will have told people, that bloody festival's on A Púca. And I had them coming in. He's from Dublin originally, you see.
Yeah.
And there was 3 lads coming in, 3 youngsters in the car. And I was kind of saying, they're saying Swift Culture Centre. And I'm kind of thinking, they call them the library, the Swift Culture Centre.
I remember 1970. I'm 6 years old. I go to the local library.
No, he'd started like Black Box Theatre being like, I'm in the library, picking up a book.
Do it as an audio drama.
I'm in the library. There's a tea party happening.
I said, what's the name of this kip? They said, the library. I said, that's a wonderful name.
The book is Jonathan Swift.
Jonathan Swift. I hate it.
I loved Gulliver's Travels in school. Jonathan Swift, you could imagine a world out there. And Ireland had nothing. We didn't have a pot to piss in. We only had one cup, which sounded like this. And then as what time went on, another cup. And the boom time came then, and we sure we'd cups to beat the band. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what
A
I'm
lot of
doing.
people thought it was a housing crisis, but it was too many cups in the country at the time.
It's a cultural crisis.
They got a new Heineken glass, a new Guinness glass with like ribs in it, and everything went crazy then.
Should we go?
Yes.
Next week this week is, if you're listening to the podcast in a timely manner, then next is our biggest show ever of all time. There's still tickets available for it on the 20th of November in the National Stadium. So we'll see you there.
I'm so
if you're
excited.
We need to rehearse.
Yeah,
based
After
on that
we
alone,
sing-
based
based
on
on
that
that
alone,
little sing.
we need a lot of work
We
to
did
be
a lot
done.
of
What
work
about
on the
this?
pitch.
I'm so excited.
That's good.
That's better. Anyway, if you don't forget, you can sign up to HeadStuff Plus to get a bonus podcast every week. It's cheaper than a pint for a month, and you'll get an ad-free experience here on Young Hot Guys.
Great
guys,
housekeeping.
final thought from you.
Just great housekeeping.
Thank you very much. Final
Wonderful
thought from Tony.
housekeeping, I would say.
housekeeping.
Wonderful hoovering. Maybe a bit of Febreze at the end.
A bit of, no, I don't use Febreze. You know I don't like perfumey smells. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Slán
Thank
and
you so
Chus.
much.
Chus.
I spray Febreze under my arms.
Sucking a big...
Bitter, attractive, very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy. It's the fabulous Tony
I'm
Cantwell.
talking about Shane Byrne.